When I first started doing this back in December, I was going through a playlist of the best movies, best TV shows. And one of the TV shows was Landman. And I just finished the second season. And let me tell you, loved it. I think it's still one of the best shows. Billy Bob Thornton as Tommy. One of the things that I like about a show, like if you watch it, if it's anything that had to do with cowboys, if it's a cop show, some of these shows, it'll make you want to become that. Once you get done with Billy Bob Thornton, he makes you want to become a landman. He makes it look interesting. I thought he made the show. The show was great. The mother and the daughter, Angela and Ainsley, I thought they were pretty good to the show. The wife, the ex-wife, because they still was kind of in that they married but still not married, but they want to get married, but they really don't want to get married because they know how it's going to end, but yet they still love each other and all this. It was a lot of up and downs in their relationship. They know that it's a train wreck, but at the same time, they're so in love with each other. I thought that was real interesting. It was good seeing them come together on the show. They were funny together. I thought that at first when she played his wife, I was just kind of like a little mismatch. But once you got the show going for the first and second season, she grows on you. So one of the things that I don't like, and it kind of bothered me, is the fact that they took off John Hamm as Monty. I thought he fit the billionaire oil company CEO. He fit the part perfect. His look, how he handled business, he fit it perfect. I really thought that they should have kept him on the show. He made the show to me, being Billy Bob Thornton's boss. I thought he was a great addition to the show, but they killed him. I saw a glimmer of hope. They made it look like he had like a opportunity to live into the second season when they was kind of crying over his bed, but they didn't say he died. They were just making it like he kind of was in a coma. But then it went from that to they just basically killed him off in the second season. Spoiler alert, I didn't like that, but I thought that he was a great addition. So what they did was they replaced him with two other people that I thought it was okay. Sam Elliott as Billy Bob Thornton's dad, his name is TL. And then they replaced him with a gangster, Giuliano or whatever his name is on there. At first I wasn't a big fan of the gangster coming in, but in the second season, once they kind of start bringing him in, I actually start liking him. Some of these characters will grow on you once you watch it. When he come on the scene and they doing their thing, TL or Sam Elliott is hilarious, especially with him and Billy Bob Thornton together. It was hilarious seeing them together as father and son. They got their moments where it gets serious and they got their moments where it's hilarious. So I've found myself plenty of time busting out laughing. I thought it was hilarious. But the most entertaining out of most of it that I was watching, of course, watching how Tommy, or Billy Bob Thornton, how he handled business. One of the things that ticked me off during the season, his son, Cooper, ends up linking up with Ariana, which is basically a Mexican girl in the show. And they end up getting together. He got this puppy dog thing that he was doing the whole first season. And then he gets over to the second season, he still got this pitiful puppy dog look on him. And he really simps out for her. And they made her real dominant. He helped her with the lawyer, that tough lawyer, which is Rebecca. I'll talk about her in a minute. But Rebecca, she goes over and trying to hustle them out of $250,000 when really they probably could have got more money. Cooper, that plays Billy Bob Thornton's son, he comes over. He's like, yeah, no, y'all gonna give her $1 million. So instead of her getting $250,000, she ended up getting $1 million. He ended up coming over there, helping her out, doing all types of stuff around the house, mowing the grass. He doing all this stuff. He goes and trying to handle business, doing some oil rig stuff. She gets upset because he won't answer the phone because he ended up finding out that he getting some money, or he ended up finding the discovery of the oil. Once he goes and do that and he don't give her a call back, she like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I've been through this. Her husband died. She actually had a husband that died in the explosion that had to do with the son Cooper. He was there, but he wasn't no cause of it. He just died, unfortunately, in the first season. You get into the second season, she kept calling him. She kept contacting him. He was minding his business. He was trying to stay away. She kept coming over to him and trying to contact and talk. Can you help me? I need help. I'm scared. I'm in the house by myself. She doing all this. He finally gets over there. He like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and try to settle in. We can work this out. Let's figure out what we got going on. I don't know what we're doing, but let's try to figure this out. He goes over there, he trying to help her out. He doing all the work. And finally, when she don't get her way and he don't answer the phone calls, I'm sorry, but you gotta go. I don't want to be with you no more. Then started acting like he was an annoyance. Came up, he's sleeping on the couch. She's like, dang, that's freaked up. Okay, it is what it is. She gets up in the morning. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't stay here. You gotta roll. Mind you, he helped her out getting $1 million. He over there mowing grass. He helping her out. I don't want you staying here no more. Then went got her a job, wanting to be all independent. Yeah, you ain't gonna tell me. I like to stay around my family. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of myself. I don't need you to help me. She go get a job. They end up linking back up. Then she's standing over there looking at him like, yeah, you didn't fight for me. I wanted to end it or whatever, but you sure enough didn't show me that you were trying to stay. You didn't beg me to stay. She playing mental games with this dude. You supposed to have begged her to stay. And then once you didn't, and you was like, all right, cool, I'm going to go ahead and roll. Once you roll, then she come back at you like, well, why you ain't fighting? Then what tripped me out was she kept like, I was noticing this in the second season. She kept looking at him, you ain't my type. Every so often they'll get up and they'll link up and she talking to other people. And then she just basically blatantly said in his face, she's like, you ain't my type. That's when he was like, well, what is your type? Well, I guess it's you now. At that point, I was just kind of like, okay, bro, Cooper, who the writers of the show, if y'all going to get into a third season, go ahead and shut this down and give him some balls and give him some backbone and let him stand on business and let him stop looking like a beta simp for a woman that act like she could care less that he there. He kind of stood on business a little bit. I don't want to give away everything that happened in the show, but there was a little moment of him protecting his girl and he stood on business. I'm saying when he needs to stand up, he stand up, but for the most part, he always got this puppy dog look on his face and he mopes around. Y'all gonna have to go ahead and give him some wiggle room, especially standing up to her, because he don't stand up to her enough. That's my personal opinion about it. Rebecca, the lawyer. I think that they really pressed hard on her for the first season, and then when they get into the second season, they loosen her up a little bit. So I like that they actually did that, where they actually loosened her, because she started getting annoying, especially in the first season. She was annoying, and then she almost got halfway annoying during half the season, and then she got better as the show went on. So I started liking her a little bit better in the second season. So if at this point, if it's something that you haven't watched and you want to watch it, if you don't want to hear what I'm going to say next, just go ahead, skip over it, cut it out if you're watching it this far. But one of the things that I like that they did, and I think that in a way, if they ended it right here, it wouldn't be that bad of a thing. One of the things that they did, I like Demi Moore. She played the wife. And so when Monty died, she basically took over the oil business. When they did what they did to the end of the show and to end it for the season, it's almost going to be this whole battle between her and Billy Bob or Tommy. They're going to battle up against each other a little bit, probably, if they bring in the third season. But for that first or for the second season, I like how they ended it. And if they actually end the show where they're not going to bring it back for a third, it actually ended it perfect. Because basically Tommy owns his own oil company now. He basically got all the people that's been rocking with him throughout the whole process of him being a landman. He basically bringing them up, elevating them, bringing his family in. And one of the things I like that they did was that he named the company after him, his son, and his father. He got a whole name for the company, for the father, the son, and the grandson. I thought that was mad cool. I think that they ended it perfect with the family, everybody together at the end, friends, everybody that's been rocking with him. He basically just getting everybody rich, and he owns his own oil company. I love it. So, like I said, when I first started this, I was bringing up shows, and I thought that was real funny. I still got other shows that I still keep up with that I talked about back in December that I'm still watching, and it's great. I'll probably do something on that. Hey, if you want to check Landman out. It's a good show. I advise people to watch. If people out there, you don't like a lot of cursing and stuff like that, yet don't watch it, because they do a lot of cursing in it. It's not a whole lot of sexual content or nothing like that. So I advise check out Landman.